Hello, welcome back to Theta Ministries and Podcast. I'm your host, Wes. Just a brief little video for my YouTube. This is going to be a minute-long video. Um, but I'm returning after a little bit of a break from my ministry. It's been quite the past week or so, trying to recollect myself, recollect my. Why is my screen over there? That's weird. Um, you see my beard's gotten a lot bigger already. That's how long it's been since I've recorded last. I think my last video I recorded was with Jeremiah. Um, and fun little story for you guys. Um, as soon as I recorded that interview with Jeremiah from Apologetic Dog, I was just so burnt out that I just had to step away from recording. And on top of that, I had been having such trouble with trying to figure out what I wanted to record on, whatever topic it might be, and I know I need to finish my Philippian series. I need to do a debate review, because and here's what happened. The reason why I took the break, and then this is when I knew it was time for me to take a tiny little, maybe week or two break from my ministry. Since I've been giving you guys community updates and stuff on the channel. The this is just really funny the way I could say this. I don't even know I'm wearing these things right now. I don't need to be wearing them at all. I'm not watching anything. But um, about a day or two after I recorded and uploaded the interview with Jeremiah from Apologetic Dog, I I tried doing a reaction to his free will debate with AK, the Church of Christ guy, and 30 minutes into the video, my brain was just so out of it that when I tried making a comment or critique to the debate I was watching, because it was just a cross examination I was reacting to, but I couldn't even think straight, and whenever I tried making a critique, I was stuttering. I couldn't figure out what to say, and there was many times where I had to pause the video and collect myself, and I thought I could keep on recording, but I legitimately, and I think I have a video of it in my PC still, but I actually paused the video with my space bar, and I just closed the stream and hit stop recording because I knew I was just so burnt out. But now that I'm back, I'm well refreshed. Um, so this will be just another little mini update video. I hope you guys enjoyed the last video that came out with Jerry. He's a great guy, and he's doing great stuff with his ministry. Me and him come from very similar perspectives, both being Reformed Baptist, and he's gotten to interview some of my theological heroes, which is unbelievable. And he's been able to interview James White not only once but numerous times, and admittedly I'm a James White fanboy. Uh, but who in the Reformed crowd isn't really a big fan of James White, except for people who are really into anathematizing non-Reformed people. I mean that can be um, maybe a reason why people are deterred from liking him, but I certainly do. I think he's great. Um, but that's a side note. Um, little community update for you guys. I'm back. I'm returning, and I now have two jobs. So I'm working two jobs as well as doing my ministry and doing theology studies and getting you know, stuff laid out for my ministry. My future plans are to try to do still the same schedule, just two videos every week, Sunday and Wednesday. Same schedule, same type of content, and I think I really do enjoy my exegesis videos because those I think are the most edifying. My debate reviews have only done so much, so we're gonna try to keep it within the spectrum of just debate reactions and exegesis videos, because the culture videos, and I was thinking about this today actually before I stepped on to record. Um, we I love my Southern Baptist brethren, but there seems to be a big trend, especially in the SBC, in the more conservative, which I can appreciate a conservative church. Don't get me wrong. but in the Assemblies of God in Southern Baptist Convention churches, the motto there sometimes in the very politically minded churches, uh, and given I lean sort of mildly theonomist myself, given that I come from the Reformed Calvinistic perspective, but I the churches will legitimately preach entire sermons on Donald Trump and why they hate Joe Biden, and that is a waste of time. Um, Anyone can do that on a news channel. That's what the news is for. The stage, the pulpit, is not for just talking about politics. It's great to address that stuff. We need to, as believers, we need to address hard issues, but that should not all be all what we talk about. It should be edifying the body. It should be preaching the gospel. It should be preaching the word faithfully. And I think sometimes there tends to be a big lack of expositional preaching amongst the more, well, the less confessional Protestant denominations. And it's very unfortunate, but it happens. Um, and so I almost did a what do you mean? He reacted to a video on racism the other day and why it defaces the image of God to be racist and stuff. And which it was a good video, but I thought to myself, this is just a big waste of time for my ministry, because my ministry deals from a presuppositional approach, formerly evidentialist approach. It was mainly focused on, well, now it's mainly focused on addressing theology. I still address cultural issues here and there, but I don't focus on that a whole lot. My main thing is theology. And so, when you have, hold on, my main thing is not a political commentary. And I'm going to start reading The Bondage of the Will soon by Martin Luther. It was his work when he was writing his letters to Erasmus during the Reformation and stuff, and so highly recommend. I don't think I can't get copyrighted for this because this is hundreds of years old, so I can show this on camera. Yeah, this is Martin Luther's book, Bondage of the Will. It's mainly about total depravity and something that us Reformed guys and Lutherans can agree on, amazingly. But be that as it may, I was going to pull up my Bible and show you. I'll just... And I need to show you guys, I might show it in the middle of this video, but a picture of my bookshelf, because it's just filled with Bibles and Bible commentaries and theology books, mainly, and a few Joel Osteen books, surprisingly. I've read one of them, Something in the Darkness, something like that. But this is one of my ESVs that I have. It's from Crossway. It's a pretty little Bible I got from a Christian bookstore. You don't really get many of those anymore, and given I haven't even really gotten into reading the ESV, my home when it comes to translations, it's natural to me. I grew up on the NIV. The NIV is sort of my home when it comes to familiarity and readability and the Greek New Testament. I also have a where is my thing? I just saw it. Am I blind? Maybe I put it somewhere? Oh, I think I put it... Hold on, because I think I put it on my bookshelf. Oh, no, I see it. I have it. This is my... I want to get this rebounded in leather, but this is my Greek New Testament. And it has all the words, which is kind of cool. It's an interlinear Greek New Testament. So it shows every word. And it shows the word, and it shows the English translation of that word. And so you can literally read the entire Greek New Testament in order. And you can see why different translations made the decisions they did on their translations. And so, yeah, this is my, I think this is only like, what, $30? Yeah. And so that's why I have the flood of theology books and Bibles that I have, because the Christian bookstore that I knew before I moved was flooded with really cool Bibles, and I got a discount because I knew the owners and stuff. So yeah, don't ask me how I know, but the reason why I was going to bring out my Bible was because, well, this is one of them. I don't even really read the ESV that much. It's just cool to have them. But in particular, this should be what we go to first before we go into politics. Because if God transcends all of politics, then by nature, your politics flow from your theology. If your politics are driving your theology, then you're going to start worshiping political figures. And I just have to quote Jesus, render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's, and render unto God what is God's. And that is, I think, the most perfect definition of how we put God in its proper place. Put God in his proper place over his sovereignty over the creaturely kingdoms of men. And so that's why I always start with this before I get into politics. Because this is what drives my politics. If this says something about politics, then I submit to this. And so we go from there. But anyway, this is just a little yapping session. But I am back. I'm now a little bit more cooled down, so I'm able to upload more, and had to just get my tank refilled and a little bit of energy back. And I will be doing an interview with different denominations. Interviews, sorry, plural, with different denominations soon. And I have a Discord Protestant server where we basically talk to one another, and it's interdenominational discussions and edification. And we have different refutation channels in there that I'm going to be giving commentary on. And I'll be addressing different world religions. And hopefully that goes well, because I miss doing this consistently. And I think this ministry can go a big way if we really keep consistently uploading. I really do want to touch the Leighton Flowers and James White debate, because I can technically now say that I've seen it from both perspectives. And I know Jeremiah on his channel. You guys can go see that on my last video. You can find his tag as Apologetic Dog. He did an entire debate review with James White himself, which I'm really jealous of, very much jealous. And he got to meet Leighton Flowers too, and Keith Foskey. He did an interview with Keith Foskey. He's really funny. But I've come from the neo-provisionist perspective, and I used to, as you guys have seen on my channel, I used to defend the neo-provisionist perspective. And I come from the reform perspective now. And so I'd like to really give a commentary on that debate when saying that I've been on both sides of that debate before, now at this point. So that'll be what I'm hopefully going to do in the future as well. Hopefully, if I do make one of those videos, maybe Leighton will respond to me if he really digs deep enough. I mean, as much as I disagree with Leighton now, a lot more than I used to. You have to give the man props. The dude is putting out hours and hours of videos every day. Listen, I'm dedicated to my ministry, and I've done hour-long videos on my thing, but hours and hours, my brain would melt if I'm not having an active conversation amongst different people. I don't mind yapping for a little bit on here, but again, my brain would just melt if I didn't have a break. So I gotta give Leighton props for the dedication of his ministry. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I'm back after the break. I can finally start uploading, and hopefully we can start on Philippians 2. And I wanted to go through Philippians 2 in the Greek, and why that is also another good proof text for the deity of Christ. And anyone who knows Philippians 2 knows that the first 11 verses in all of Philippians 2 are hugely important to both the incarnation of Christ, being the Logos who became Sarx, who took upon the form of a man, is a clear example of how we are to humble ourselves in servitude to our fellow image bearers of God, including the believers that we are surrounded with, and that we may be surrounded with in the future. So, yeah. So Philippians 2 will be hopefully soon. This is just a random update video. Sorry to say that I'm good now. I finally have had the to finally get my, and actually that's another reason why I didn't get my upload scheduled recently. But it was because my webcam from my phone was just not working. And so actually, I was able to get the connection reestablished, and I fixed it. So I can record consistently now. I might use my other phone to try to save my regular iPhone 14 instead of my old Android phone that I can use for my webcam. I can beat that one up as much as I want to. So, um, yeah. There's anything else I haven't talked about yet? I'm just sort of going through. You can also see I like using this mic a lot more because the other mic is just, it's so much set up and it takes up so much more space. So, the other mic will be maybe used for something else one day. I don't know. But anyway, I think we can sort of cut it off there. And oh, I want to point out one more thing. I did say this before I go. I did want to say that the Jeremiah video that I made a week or two ago. I am usually a pretty confident speaker when it comes to interviewing or just talking in general about what I'm knowledgeable about. And I'm telling you guys, I was so nervous to talk to Jeremiah because I'm like, this is a big dog on YouTube, far bigger than me. And he is up there with the big reform guys on YouTube. And so I of course, me and him talked for a bit. I mean, me and him still talk here and there. But just in general, I remember when I first called him on the Zoom call. We called for a few minutes before we set up that video. And I'm not going to get too deep into it, but we get along pretty well. And he really did a good job at sort of easing my the tension I had, the nervousness I had. But there was points in my video where I did I watched it like once or twice already. And I was talking so fast, and I realized it was because of my nerves. And I'm not usually nervous at all. If I was talking like this in that video, I would have enjoyed that far more. But the fact that I even got to talk to him was great. It was amazing. But I was so nervous to record that video, terrified, and it got better as it gradually went on through the night. But who knows? Hopefully we can get him on the channel again. Maybe we'll get other people on the channel again. So that's the goal. But anyway, so I'll leave that here. So this is just an update video. It's Thursday, so I can just just say hey, I'm back. You don't have to wonder where I am anymore. And yeah, sometimes we all just need a break from things that we're busy with, including things that mean a lot to us, because this ministry really does mean a lot to me. So yeah, I'm back. I'm in the right headspace again. I can continue and still continue to attempt to make good content if I really dig deep into it. But all right, well, I'm going to start cutting off the video here. Love you all. I will see you guys again on Sunday, and we can resume our normal Sunday, Wednesday upload schedule, and we can go from there. So love you all, and you know what I always say. Godspeed.